chances are at some point, regardless if you are in the crypto, if you hold any or not, you might not hold any. But chances are, right about now, you've thought and kicked around the idea maybe I should hold some Bitcoin. I don't know much about cryptocurrency, but I just keep seeing Bitcoin rise. But you're still wondering, like, is it for you? Should you hold any? Well, that's what this video is about. Should you hold any Bitcoin right now? That answer really is going to come down to a couple of things. What do you know about cryptocurrency? What type of financial goals you have? It's going to be more than a couple, actually. And how much time you have to make these gains that you're looking for. That's what we're going to be talking about. Because I get that question a lot. People say, I'm new to crypto. Should I buy Bitcoin? And it really depends on your risk tolerance. If you're someone that are looking to make a lot of money in crypto, a ton of money, and you don't have a lot of money to play with, then me, just the person I am and how I look at crypto, I'm going to say, no, you should be maybe buying an XRP, some Ethereum, or I'm not going to even say Ethereum, honestly, some XRP, Casper, some of these other tokens and coins out here that I believe you can make a little bit more money on if you don't have a lot of money to play with. But if you're someone that seriously could buy half a Bitcoin, I'm probably still going to say, I might put a little bit in there just to be on the safe side. And again, it depends on how much do you know about cryptocurrency. How involved do you want to get? Do you want to be, picking up your phone every few moments to check the market, or just to make sure that these assets that you hold are still you're still bullish on them, which you should be doing anyway. But if you're someone that's not very, you don't want to be too involved in it, but you want to put it somewhere, put your money somewhere where you're pretty safe and it's going to grow long term, then now is a great time to get in Bitcoin. Actually, the time was back when it was 15,000, or when it was even 50 or 60,000. But according to the analysts, and we're going to talk about that here in a second, you still have a lot of time to get in Bitcoin. But remember, the longer you wait, the less money you're going to make. Now, I catch some flack all the time for when I tell people that I don't believe that we're ever going to see Bitcoin, even after this bull run or Bitcoin halving cycle, after all of this passes and we enter into the bear market. I don't see Bitcoin heading back down to those 30,000, 20,000, even 50,000, 15,000. I don't see it going back there again. And my reason for that is I look at the type of investor that's in Bitcoin now, these institutions, and they have the ETFs and all of that. You have Michael Saylor now, who they say owns like 2%. His company, MicroStrategies, own 2% of the overall Bitcoin supply. That's a large percentage for one company to own. But when I look at that, these are not paper hands. That's the difference in these new cycles that we're heading into now, this bear market that we're heading into. There's a lot of institutional money out here in these plays like Bitcoin. And when you see these tokens become and coins become a ETF, that's a little bit of that's stable money now. So that's why I don't see Bitcoin heading back down to those levels. I would love to be wrong, guys. I would love to be wrong. But you have to look at it this way too. By now, Bitcoin is proven. Everybody and their mama and their grandmama know about it. You got infants popping out saying Bitcoin, Bitcoin. So don't you believe that if it was to head back down to those numbers, if it was to head back down to 50,000, I could see people cashing out 401ks and putting it in Bitcoin. That's why I believe it's not going to head back down to those levels, just based on that alone. So I think if you have some money and you can afford a Bitcoin, and it's not going to break the bank, and you're not into all these other plays that we talk about. I think Bitcoin, and this is not financial advice, I just think it's a good long-term investment. You heard it here first from me, and you guys know how I'm always just ragging on the Bitcoin community. But in all seriousness, it is a store of value. And if this is correct, what we're going to jump over here and talk about, they're talking it could hit $290,000 at the very top. Not that I would bank on that, but that would say right now, I think Bitcoin is going for like almost $108,000. Is headed toward that $110,000 mark. Bitcoin could hit $1 million, guys. It's in the realm of possibility, and I honestly believe it's going to happen. It's just too much big money is going into it. So that's what we're going to talk about, guys. If you like videos like this, you like education on cryptocurrency, but yeah, cryptocurrency, yeah, that's one thing. But if you are into the mindset and how to reach your goals, and not just cryptocurrency, but in life in general, then you're in the right place. Smash that like button, give me a subscribe, or just hang out for a bit. If you find some interest, or you find that something in this piqued your interest, consider subscribing. Share it with a friend. Share it with someone who could use something like this. And yeah, let's jump over here and let's talk. So check this out, guys. Bitfinex predicts Bitcoin will skyrocket to 200,000 by mid 2025, guys. We're months away from that. But let's talk about it a little bit. They're saying it's going to happen by quarter three, quarter four. And for those of you that's unaffiliated, that's heading, we'll be heading into a bear market then. And we can only hope. And I say we, I mean, some of us that are in all these other XRP, Casper, all of these other plays that are going to bring in, that's going to make us massive amount of money. We would like to buy some Bitcoin, you know? But if not, oh well. Now, they say it could surge to 200,000 by mid 2025. And they said this follows a year packed with historic milestones, including the first ever spot crypto ETF launch. Guys, I always bring you these news articles because I want this basically lets you know the pulse of what's going on. Now, before President Trump won this election, no one would have seen Bitcoin. I mean, everybody knew it was going to reach $100,000, but no one would have been saying 200,000, 300,000, $1,000,000. No one would have been saying that. But now, with the way, and I keep saying, this new dawn of crypto, what we have now, everything's possible. So they're saying here, and we'll come down a little bit. They said, looking ahead, we believe the current run up to over 100,000 has captured a significant portion of Bitcoin's price appreciation for this cycle. Our minimum price target for Bitcoin remains at 140,000 to 200,000 around mid 2025. So someone getting in right now, and you can't afford a whole Bitcoin. Good friend of mine was saying yesterday that he thought about buying a Bitcoin at $90,000, and he thought about it, and boom, here we go. That's how it works in crypto. But um, so if you have money, and you don't mind, it's better than stocks. I say that again, and it's better than stocks for fast growth. But now when you look at Bitcoin, the ETF, and where we are now, it's almost like a stock because it's stable. It's stable, and these micro strategies, BlackRock, Merlin Lynch, all these guys out here, that these big companies who are buying it like that, they're just helping it remain stable. Something you want to see, especially if you're not a risk taker and you just want somewhere you can stash some money and come back maybe a couple years, and you've added $20,000, $30,000 to it, depending on how much when you jumped in. So I think it's good for that. Now I want to come down here because this is what was interesting to me. They said they see Bitfinex sees 339,000 peak amid rising market enthusiasm. If Bitcoin mirrors the 2021 cycle, which was massive, guys, they're predicting it to hit 339,000. In a 2017 like scenario with diminishing returns, it could reach 290,000 by early 2026. Now, that being said, guys, you have to take that kind of stuff with a grain of salt, but not too much. Because again, connect the dots. Look at what they're doing with Bitcoin. And the institutions have taken it on. If anything has told you that your money is safe in Bitcoin, just look at the current environment. It is the one that started them all. But for someone, and I know it's people out there, I talk to people all the time that say, yeah, I got $500, I'm going to put it into Bitcoin. That's fine too. But just know you're not going to make the type of money you would make if you used to take that 500 and maybe put it into something else. And I say something else because it's loose out there. Sometimes a $500 investment, and I'm just saying in crazy terms, in some meme plays, and in sometimes other plays as well. You could see $200,000 out of a $500 play. Now, don't believe that that's something that happens every day because it doesn't, but it does happen. So I'm going to say if you're someone and you maybe have $1,000 and you don't know a lot about crypto and you want to learn about crypto a little bit, then you're like, I just want to take my time, and while I learn, I don't want to get burned. Then I would take that $1,000 and I would put maybe $250 into Bitcoin because I know that I am going to see some returns. I would take some of that money and I would actually put it in XRP, maybe Ethereum. These are those safe plays. Maybe a Cardano. You know where I'm going with this. The top 10, and then I might save a little bit and put it into something a little bit more risky, or you could take that $1,000 if you just really want to sit back and just not worry at all. Maybe you could just put it all into Bitcoin. But you're not going to get those life changing gains that you would get by maybe following something else. I honestly believe that XRP and Bitcoin is going to honestly be one and two at the top of the market sometime here in the future, especially with this new Ripple stable coin and how they're going to be integrating it into their payment system sometime next year. It's only going to increase the value of XRP and make it a long term deal as well. Like they said, they're talking about an ETF for XRP as well, which makes it more of a stable type of investment as well. So you can't go wrong with that. But you guys let me know down below. But I can't talk today. You guys let me know down below. What do you think? Do you think it's crazy to think that Bitcoin is going to hit 300,000 this particular cycle? And I'm curious because we talk about a lot. We don't talk about a lot of Bitcoin on here unless we're bashing and stuff like that. Just all in good fun. But I'm curious to know how many of my community members, the free thinkers down there, how many of you guys hold some Bitcoin, or are you strictly like, nah, I'll come back to that? Because me personally, I'm like, I'll come back to that. I'm just hoping it doesn't keep going through the roof like this, and that we could get some pullbacks. I honestly, I don't see us going back to those numbers. And actually, that's a better question that I want to ask you guys. Do you think when this bear market hit, that Bitcoin is a possibility it could slip back down to like 30,000? I'm gonna go 30,000. I don't see it hitting 15. But do you guys think maybe? Do you think it can even hit 50,000? Do you think it'll get that massive pullback? Guys, let me know down below. Till next one, I'm out.